On May 24, 2023, Disney's live-action movie The Little Mermaid was released. Unlike the typical image of the mermaid princess in the animated movie or the original fairy tale, the mermaid princess played by a black actress sparked a lot of controversy even before its release. Slightly earlier, on May 10th, a documentary titled Queen Cleopatra was aired on Netflix, which also stirred controversy by casting a black actress as Cleopatra. While both works have recently become hot topics, the issue with Queen Cleopatra is particularly challenging to dismiss as merely a controversy. It is not unprecedented to see non-black characters being portrayed by black actors in movies or dramas, including fictional works as well as historical films like Alexander 2004, 300 2007, and the recent drama in Berlin 2021. However, Queen Cleopatra stands out because it is a non-fiction documentary based on facts, making the question, was Cleopatra black, a significant point of debate. Although it's impossible to provide a 100% certain answer, without a time machine, it's highly unlikely that Cleopatra was black. One might argue that there were black people in Egypt, located in North Africa. Indeed, the Nubians, who could be considered black Africans, lived in Egypt. Ancient Egyptians clearly distinguished themselves from Nubians in their records and art, depicting Egyptians with red skin and Nubians with black skin in wall paintings and sculptures. This distinction suggests that even at that time, indigenous Egyptians and black people were seen as different. Although Nubians once ruled Egypt during the 25th dynasty, this was 700 to 800 years before Cleopatra's time in the 1st century BC. And outside this period, Nubians were mostly exploited and oppressed by Egyptians. Moreover, the Ptolemaic dynasty, to which Cleopatra belonged, was not of Nubian or even indigenous Egyptian descent, but was founded by Ptolemy I Soter, a Greek. In the 4th century BC, this dynasty maintained its Greek roots, language, and traditions, including intermarriage among royalty, which makes the possibility of Cleopatra being black even less likely. While it's difficult to claim Cleopatra was purely white Greek, since her grandmother might not have been of Greek descent and her mother's identity is unclear, these uncertainties do not strongly support the idea that Cleopatra was black or of mixed race. Portraits and coins from her time show features typical of a white woman, making it hard to see her as black. The notion of a black Cleopatra documentary has been criticized by prominent Egyptian scholar and former Minister of State for Antiquities Affairs, Zahi Hawass, saying, Cleopatra was of Greek origin. Only during the 25th dynasty were the blacks ruling Egypt. The Egyptian media and government have strongly protested against this portrayal, with the Egyptian government announcing plans to produce its own documentary on Cleopatra. There's no need to forcefully depict Cleopatra as black, when history is full of actual black figures. For instance, in the late 4th century, a black concubine named Empress Dowager, who of the Eastern Jin dynasty in China rose from slavery to become an Empress Dowager, highlighting that there were significant black figures outside of Africa. However, her exact origin is debated, with some suggesting she could be of African, Southeast Asian, or Indian descent. Nonetheless, her story indicates a higher likelihood of historical black presence than Cleopatra being black.